Bailey Pickles, welcome, man.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Los Angeles. Welcome to Vibe Mountain.
Yeah, it's good. It's a great place.
When did you get into town?
I got into town on the 6th, so probably about a week. I've been here for a week.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're like kind of settled in.
I think about 4 days in, I started to.
Yeah. What's the time difference? Because you're coming from Australia, right?
Yeah. So right now, people are probably like just starting to wake up.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I don't know exactly the amount of hours, but
yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, how are you enjoying your? Is this your first time in LA?
This is my first time in America. Yeah.
Wow, first time in America.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
People on the wrong side of the road driving.
Yeah. That's funny. How's it going? Like, how are you liking it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really cool. Like the weather's insane. Like it's always blue skies and like in Australia where I just came from.
Oh, it's
like,
winter time.
Yeah, and our hometown's like flooded.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like there's houses underwater. It's just crazy.
Oh,
so,
shit.
It's completely
Global
different
warming,
to here. Yeah, it's completely different, and so it's just nice to be back in summer again.
Yeah. Where in Australia are you from?
I'm from Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but like so you got the main city of Sydney, and then like an hour and a half kind of like inland a bit more.
Oh, inland a bit more.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like bush.
Okay.
Bush kinda area.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
compared to this anyway.
You're in the bush country.
Yeah,
You got a lot of
I own
kangaroos.
a cow. Yeah.
Do you have a cow?
I have a cow. So that tells you
That's
like what it's
awesome.
like.
I dream to have a cow.
Yeah, when people are
actually.
like, where do you live? That's the piece of information I give them.
Okay.
And then it kind of
so
helps
you
put it in
really are
perspective.
in the bush.
Yeah, compared to here, because here there's like a house everywhere in Los Angeles. But yeah, where we live, it's a bit more kind of like spaced out and like open fields and stuff. So it's great for like inspiration.
Yeah. I like the space when you can have that, expansiveness to like let yourself sort of like
100%.
soar,
Yeah,
feels
100%.
nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes you like the city energy of
exactly.
Like, so maybe you can get that by just going to Sydney.
Exactly.
And it's only an hour away?
Yeah, it's only an hour. So I go into Sydney.
So people have cows just like an hour away.
An hour away. Yeah, exactly. And I took my mate who's from Sydney because I go to uni in Sydney. So I'm still going into Sydney for uni.
Got it. So you're like on like a little bit of a holiday break, basically?
Yeah. I've got, I think it's like 2 months of just...
Oh, nice.
No uni, which
nice,
is good, yeah.
Nice,
And so I was like, well, I got 2 months. Why not come all the way out here?
Yeah.
And spend a month here.
That's so dope. Oh, so you're here for a month?
I'm here for 2.5 weeks, 2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I actually have like a really good friend who's, I think he's from Cronulla.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So shout out.
Yeah.
Cronulla.
Cronulla's mad.
Yeah. I want to go visit him there because that's on the beach, right?
Yeah, you have to. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, the beaches there are just...
I dream to go
else.
there because I surf, so like I have to go to
Yeah,
Australia.
for sure. Yeah, well, it's great surfing there. Like the waves there are like totally different to here.
Oh,
like
yeah.
on the main beaches here.
Have you been?
I've been to Santa Monica. I've been to Venice and stuff.
Yeah, you got to go up to, like Malibu and also like when there's like swells, like there's
I was gonna say because like here it's like a little bit, it's more flat.
Yeah, but that's where you're at. Then if the Santa Monica, like that's more like a beach break kind of.
Yeah. I have to go explore the other parts of America.
Yeah. So we connected because Nick Littlemore like hit me up on.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, like man, that dude is so inspiring. He's like legitimately one of my favorite producers, and like I'm just it's so cool. Like whenever he like sends me like idea like just like little bits like hey you should connect with Bailey Pickles. I'm like sure like let's do it so I would say pretty big on TikTok. Is that like a can I say that? I think you're the first guest that I've had on here that has over 1 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, I say I don't think I'm famous yet because like the famous point is where you like can't walk in the street without being like hey. But like it's a good amount of following in it, and it helps me like get in touch with people and it's great. Like it's going well. I'm happy with how.
And how did you kind of like get started with interacting with TikTok and stuff?
Yeah, so well at the start it was kind of I really didn't want to do it. Like I really didn't like the idea of TikTok because back then it was mainly kind of like just people doing TikTok dances and stuff like that, and that wasn't really like at my school, everyone was kind of like, oh, TikTok, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But Mum was like, you need to start putting your stuff out somewhere.
Oh, nice.
And TikTok's just coming up. So
yeah.
Why don't we just put a few snippets of you just playing or whatever. And she's like, all right, well, you got that thing where you can just play music on the spot. Why don't we put snippets of you doing that up there? And at the start, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Great, good on you, Mum. Like, she knows what she's talking about. At the start, I was still like against it. Even when she'd come in, like Mum's got videos of me being like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Not now, like, because you're so focused, you're in it.
Yeah.
You know what it's like when you finally got something and you're working on something and then somebody comes in and tries to talk to you. And you're just like,
that's the worst. That's why I have this space.
Yeah, out of the way, like you can shut the door and you're in.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the dream, man.
Exactly.
It's like, that's why when I started Nudes, I was like in my little like studio apartment, and then, you know, eventually, then my next apartment, I was working in the kitchen, and my setup was in the kitchen, and then I was able to move into like a 2-bedroom, and now I have like my own studio.
A whole massive space,
And I took up this whole like, you know, section with like a video podcast space. Like, you never know what's gonna happen when you have your own little space.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's mad. Well, this is perfect like environment just because it's like the door is right there. You can open it. You can look out the beautiful street, but it's also like you can shut it. You've got your space. You've got your gear. It's all here.
Yeah.
And it's you like you can choose to have the silence and just stay here. And so. I think TikTok was back then and still now. It's a very intrusive kind of thing, and you have to be careful because when you're writing a piece of music, I don't know if you've experienced this, but if you record the piece of music, this is what I'm working on, put it up on Instagram or whatever, as soon as that happens, a little bit of the magic's lost. It's like it feels harder for me to keep writing that now. Yeah. Because it feels like it's already done. It's already up there. Yeah. I can't really change what's already up there because people, if they like that, like, I don't want to change it. Like, it's weird. But it ended up doing well, like all the TikTok videos, because it was like pandemic, everybody was at home on their phones. It's like, it was perfect timing. So,
it's amazing how those things happen where, you know, it's just the timing, you know, and you just like the intention, the energy was there, and, you know, people wanted to spend time with watching you create music. But it's amazing, like flipping through your videos, like I totally understand why people want to like enjoy that, because it is like such a fun experience, and I love when you're like playing with your friends and stuff. It's super cool.
So
what are you like, what's like are you studying music in school?
Yeah, so I just finished 12th grade. I don't know how the grades work here.
Yeah.
Like high school. I just finished high school.
Congratulations.
And, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And now I'm at first year of college, what you guys call college. And I've just finished first semester. So I'm studying classical composition.
Wow, first semester. Cool.
Yeah.
Crazy. And
I'm studying classical composition, like orchestra stuff and
cool.
like the actual like rules of orchestra and like
that's dope. I'm actually like super inspired by classical type stuff, and when I first actually made this space, I imagined that I was gonna make like classical type beats, you know, and I actually like there's a couple of classical type beats out that are out now on the Vibe Mountain Love EP.
Go check it out.
It's not actually out yet while we're filming it, but but I'll play it for you.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I actually have this like wig and like glasses, because I was like, I want to like play with this concept of like this like crazy classical, I don't know, concept, you know. And I started making I made like 100 demos, but I didn't finish any of them. And that's what I thought, like Vibe Mountain, that's why I made this artwork too, because I thought that
did you make that?
It's a collaboration with these artists called Yonk. They're in the Netherlands. So basically, I told them, we had a bunch of like video calls, and I told them like the things that I wanted them to incorporate. And then these are all just like elements from my travels, you know. So I had an experience communicating with an emu in Vienna.
That's mad.
Those are the emus. Funny, actually. You know. And then, you know, I gotta keep my notebook here. But anyway, these are all like things that just from my travels and experience, and Anti-Cigarette Love, that angel that's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Is based off of that painting right there.
Right.
It's called Anti-Cigarette's Love.
Right.
And that's one of the classical songs, actually. So I just kind of had them put all these things, like, into this artwork.
Yeah.
And I realized that, like, the songs weren't just, like, flushing themselves out.
Yeah.
I like to create where I get an idea and I'll, like, if it's done in, like, 45 minutes, I'm happy.
Yeah.
The way that I like to work is to just create an energy and just capture it and then done.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
Share it. And that's maybe why I don't even like filming the process, because, like, I like to get so lost in the moment of making it, and then it's like,
exactly.
But I am very inspired by chopping up classical stuff, so maybe that's something that we could maybe, like, dive into a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, some piano stuff maybe as well.
Yeah.
And touching on that, like, getting kind of, I think you mentioned something about the energy and getting kind of lost in that. I think that's something really, really cool, is, like, forgetting the theory and, like, why does this work and stuff, and, like, just focus on how it makes you feel. Yeah.
100%.
Exactly, because it's so easy to get lost in tweaking like a kick drum sound.
Yeah.
But if it's like, let's get this out as fast as possible, you can feel something. Like, I know the direction it needs to get in. Let's get there as fast as possible, because you can lose it.
Yeah.
If you step away and go do something else, sometimes when you come back, it's just like, it's not the same anymore. It's the exact same thing, but it's not the same.
Yeah. And that's what I see, like, as my sort of, like, style is working to preserve that moment and then committing to it. So that's why like, my project is called Nudes, is because Nudes is to be nude with the inspiration, just to be, like, raw.
Yeah.
And, like, not filter it, because when I started the project, I really wanted to just capture those raw ideas as they come in and, like, not filter them. Kind of like we're talking about, because I feel like there's so many musical experiences where people listen to people spending a year making things perfect, but, like, how often are people hearing things that are just like, oh, I'm having an idea, let me record it and just share it, you know? So it's been amazing, because I mean, it's completely changed my life just working like that, like in that process.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
What are you creating on? Are you, like, working in, like, what, like, DAW are you using? Like, you're studying classical composition, but are you, like, making classical music, or, like, what are you, like, inspired by?
Right. So I work in Logic Pro, but I'm keen to try out some of the DAWs as well. Yeah. To see what kind of inspiration that brings. Yeah. I studied film music for a long time.
Nice.
For about, like, 7 years, I got really into it, and I did, like, I used to pull videos off the internet, and, like, find deleted scenes for movies that didn't have the music on it, and then I'd write the music.
Who are some of your favorite, like, movie composers?
Like Hans Zimmer.
Oh yeah. I
John
actually got
Williams.
to meet him one time, and
really,
it was really cool. Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I really want to meet him.
Yeah, maybe you will.
Yeah, one day.
Maybe hopefully. On this trip.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe he'll see this.
Yeah, maybe he'll see this. And then,
shout out to Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I love his stuff, like the atmospheric kind of qualities of it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm really into John Williams as well. He's the guy that did all, like, the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna go to the Hollywood Bowl and, like, hear some music while you're here?
Maybe.
Because, you know, they do, like, concerts at the Hollywood Bowl where they, like, play, like, movie soundtracks.
Right.
Yeah. I'll show you a link. I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
you guys might be interested in checking
that'd be sick. Yeah. Yeah, well, I actually, we drove past that yesterday, I think.
Oh, nice.
And it looks cool. But I haven't been.
It's dope. It's a great place.
Yeah.
So yeah, movie soundtracks and stuff. That's cool. It totally makes sense for you to be here.
Yeah. And so I've got that kind of, that side of me which loves that style. And at the moment, like, the last couple of years, I've been getting really into pop music. Yeah. And so I'm trying to find a way to kind of fuse those two worlds together to create, like, a more of a unique kind of pop sound. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And then are you releasing music like are you releasing, like, pop songs?
Yeah. So there was a long time where I didn't want to put stuff on Spotify, because I was like, in a month or so, I want to be listening back and be like, oh, I should have done this. Or I now want to change that, but I can't because it's already up there. Yeah. But now I'm kind of thinking, I just want to put stuff up there, because these days it's like, it's important to just keep pumping. Like, everything full of like like Instagram, just keep posting, TikTok, post. So I don't see why it should be any different with Spotify. Like just because people love to consume these days. So I want to put some pop music stuff up there. Maybe even like an album of just piano stuff. Because I think that'll be cool as well. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm actually just like really inspired to start digging in and sharing some creative ideas. So I think that we should probably go do that. What's the best place for people to check out? What's your Spotify page?
My Spotify, just Bailey Pickles.
Okay. Yeah. Bailey Pickles. Yeah. Bailey Pickles on TikTok.
Everything. Yeah, you'll find it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, I wanted to ask you what your favorite type of pickle experience is. Is it like the sliced like? You know, is it the spears? Is it a full-on pickle? Is
I'll tell you the pickle and the recipe.
Yeah, is it the relish? Okay.
All right, so what you do, back in Australia, we have these, I'm not even going to remember the name of them, but they're like these biscuits that are like rectangular. They're like kind of like this wheat kind of thing. Not Wheat Bix, that's different, that's a cereal. But what you do, get some hummus on it.
Okay, all right. Then I'm with you on the hummus.
I love hummus. Yeah. Then you get some cheese. Put that on there. Could be like blue cheese, Mercy Valley cheese.
Blue cheese and hummus.
Yeah. Wow, gotta get some Mercy Valley on top of that. Mercy Valley is like a strong cheese. And then a pickle straight on top of that.
Okay, like a pickle, like a
even like the baby pickles, like the small ones.
Oh, like a cornichon.
Yeah.
A cornichon.
I don't know what you guys call it here, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're called cornichon. My wife's French, so I'm just thinking about the French word, but
it's probably that.
All right, man. Well, I'll have to try that. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's create.
All right, peace.